No more Sucks Spalding, Bare Bones Broadcasting. I've come to remind you of something. My mother used to say to me, I wouldn't look that way, that'll freeze on your face. Was she correct? I sit in a restaurant with a lot of people, a buffet. A lot of people get in there, and I look at their faces. Some of them faces, starting early in life and all the way through, you could tell something's going on, and that face looks like it froze that way. And a lot of it looks really worked over. Some of them look really rough. Gone through a lot of pain, and I can tell. It's the face of pain, the face of disappointment, the face of pouting, the face of angry. It's all over one's face, and the result of it, like ashes to events. There's something going on with this planet not getting discussed, and you shall back up and witness it, narrate it, and discuss it. Your own mind. Bring that discussion public. I'd sit you all in a simulator. What I do is sit you in a simulator, run the discussion through, and sit you in a simulator afterwards, and see the difference. That's what I do. The whole planet. It's not possible. Yeah, it is. It sure is. You know what's possible right now? Because you're very internationally influenced. There's a lot of wonderful things possible to cause a coherency with one monarch that loves all of you at the same time. Yes, there is. Across humanity, and would look way above nations. Nations are down there. Humanity's up here. I talk up here. Humanity. As far as I'm concerned, the generations of you are the nations. All your different states of maturity, those are your nations. All this mammal states of maturity are the nations. Do you understand me? And I speak to the nation. Who's predicted to do that? Well, here I am. Now the nations under flag and border, I speak to them also. Once I speak to the nations of maturity and humanity, a very small and little, cuddly little cozy place, I speak to all the nations as flags and borders. As the monarch that loves them all. Right. That is correct. Throwing down my rod and staff. That is a mockery to what has been said about it and a lot of other things. The rod and staff. By conflict. Why are the conflict of interest directing the place is what I want you to look at everyone directing. Conflict of interest, 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 conflict of interest. Our resource. Does the citizen have a conflict of interest? No, it doesn't. What's the citizen looking at? The momentum coming through. Does anybody else have the ability to look at the momentum coming through? Not receiving a grant, you don't. No. Gotta be a citizen. That position. Genetic. Citizen is a genetic position. It has nothing to do with flag and border. It's a statement of maturity. A position in maturity. Citizens of maturity. Patriots are for curiosity. You're a patriot of curiosity, you can't possibly be a patriot of a nation. Correct. Nations stand for curiosity. United States stands for curiosity. Intelligence stands for curiosity. Espionage, United States is curious. Military, United States is curious. Above all things, curious. How else are you going to use requisition to live? Do you think you can live requisition and not stay curious, you'll starve to death. Requisition requires curious, or it starves. Do you understand me? And military is requisition, and nothing more. How can military be? How else can it work? You take military out of requisition, can it work? No, can't. Not military anymore. Can't hold a position. It's a position you find yourselves in. Very important. And then the crew that's manning that position. Very important. United States military, quite a crew. At least those I've touched. Huh? I haven't got into brass, though. I found the wit of more than brass. I can tell you that. Far more than brass is the wit I've talked to in the United States military. Oh, yeah. We've got the wit of generosity and mutual and manners and everything brass dreamed possible is going on in the military. Mm-hmm. In the United States. Every dream of brass is living in the United States military. West Point's greatest dream throbs in the United States military, especially with a recruiter. Now, I've touched the recruiter. That's the throb of the West Point. Want to bet? Throb of the West Point lives with the United States military recruiter. Indeed. And has taken my heart and really pushed a lot of crow down there. A lot of crow's going down his throat. A lot of crow. And I'm grateful. I've eaten a lot of crow. And I'm mighty grateful.